This conference will now be recorded.
All right, everyone. Today, happy Valentine's Day. Today is Thursday, February 14th. All right, let's take a look. Well, first, before we even get started into everything, as always, everything is for educational purposes only, and nothing is intended as any type of investment advice. But I just took a look back at the chat yesterday. Obviously, I was in a meeting all afternoon. I didn't really get to trade at all, and it figures because of the fact that we went over how Solo had all the variables that we were looking for this thing to be able to run in our afternoon meeting. And I see that Pratesh had basically walked everyone through it step by step. I mean, it just was. You couldn't have got a better trade. And it just figures. Of course, the one afternoon I'm not sitting here bored. We have an absolutely phenomenal mover. I know these are my favorite type of trades. These cheaper stocks, I get these runs. There's nothing more, any other type of trade that I like more than them, especially because most of the time they're really quick. And you know what? If you have a price target within a stock, I'd rather be in it for less time and it get to where I'm looking for it to get really quickly than it take forever. Obviously, I mean, anyone that's trading would probably feel that exact same way. So, absolutely beautiful. Something I'm going to keep on my side list for this afternoon, for this morning, because there is still a lot of volume. We got 1.9 million shares, and we could see yesterday in the aftermarket we started to kind of creep back up. So we don't really have much there. When it comes to the prints, I mean, coming over to that 6 level, it was, it really just kind of lackluster buying that we see coming into here. Just very, very mixed this morning. No real definitive, okay, this stock is going to be able to continue to go back up and we're not going to see a complete sell-off. So the reason it's going on the side list is because there's just no show of hand. But at the same time, it has every variable that we'd be looking for it to be able to move a lot more than it usually does. As we could see, usually the range is 19 cents yesterday, $2.83. Hopefully we'll get a little bit more of a push coming in today. 10 would be perfect. Okay, 10's a long way away, so that's definitely not my price target. But with these cheaper stocks, when they start to run, we can see them really get up there quick. So keep that in mind. All right, so a few other things that we have out there. First thing I'm going to be looking at is RBZ. Now, one thing I really liked about this, but unfortunately it looks like it's going to happen before the market even opens, is look at this buying that came in from 234 to 240. I mean, just absolutely phenomenal. And the orders are not that thick. And if we go back, it hasn't printed anything like that. So this is certainly the biggest that we've seen anything that's came into this thing. So 234, 240, it's already kind of pulled back already. So the biggest problem with it might be that it might actually happen before the market opens. But I definitely like what I see there with that buying coming in. Next one, Cyber. So CYBR. Now, right now, it's kind of just stuck right at that 100 level. Okay, we can see it moved up on pretty low volume. So my biggest concern with this, we know it's going to have a big range. I mean, it's trading during the pre-market. It doesn't usually trade during the pre-market. It's got 229,000 shares already. On average, it usually trades about 873,000. So it's definitely an anomaly there. My biggest concern, though, is because even with a higher amount of volume, it might not really trade well. So just keep that in mind once the market opens. We'll know almost immediately if they're going to, you trade this and it's going to be a hot stock or if it's going to just kind of die out. As of right now, we did have great prints at 98. You had one sell print at 100. There's just not really that much there for us yet. You can see it's a little bit mixed with these cheaper stocks. You want to find just that one level where it gives you 4 or 5 cheaper stocks. With these stocks with these really thin orders, you want to find one level where it shows you 3, 4, 5 prints that come in a burst, and from there you're going to play the pull up or pull down and then the move, because the move, if we really do get that volume in the stock, it's going to be a lot. It's going to have a really big range, on average 305, so we're going to be expecting a lot more than that. Next one looking at is CTL. Or is it? Yeah, CTL. So this is one of those stocks that typically I don't really trade these type of stocks that often. The reason I say that is because if we look over here at the range, you can see it's 56 cents. All right, and with 56 cents, the chance of it really getting a continuation throughout the day is just slim to none. So obviously, I look for things with a bigger range if our ultimate goal is to get into our position and the stock get away from our entry as quickly as possible, something with a larger range gives a higher percentage chance of that happening. But I know you guys were talking yesterday about different stocks, different levels, and I know Pratesh had said something about how he would never have traded Apple in the beginning. This is one of the stocks that you'd be looking for to trade if you're at more of a beginner level, or just a newer starting point, or a closer starting point to the beginning of your career, because it's not going to move like crazy, and you're going to get some pretty controlled moves that come in it. Now, are you going to make $4 on it? No, that's not going to happen. But at the same time, a nice high percentage 50-cent trade is going to be a lot more controlled than trying to make 50 cents on, let's say, a stock like Apple or Bob or whatever other stock that we're talking about. So as of right now, it is a bit mixed, okay? So I am looking for something a little bit more to come in. You could see at the 13, we definitely had buying, but you could see that we also had a whole bunch of selling that came in. So that 13 level literally gave us absolutely nothing. So really going to be looking for something a little bit more. But overall, once again, it's trading 2.9 million shares. On average, trades 56 cents. So we're going to be looking for at least about $1 within its range today. Just an easier stock to handle. One thing that I do want to point out as well is NVDA. I don't know if everyone saw that this morning, but 154, 830 this morning. Apps of a really big selling that was coming into this, then 153.50, and you can see right around that 153.50 area. So it's already kind of falling down from there, but that's a lot of prints. So if someone coming in this much during the pre-market, they're going to make more than you could see. So let's even start from 154 right now, 152.56. Okay, they're going to make more than $1.50 with this much going on within the pre-market. So it's just something that I definitely want to keep in mind. And it's absolutely beautiful print. So NVDA, we're going to put on there as well. Let's take a look at our scanners. So there were some other things on our scanners before, but I wasn't really too hyped up about them. So let's take a look. So we have Yeti, YETI, 101,000 shares, but absolutely no trading. AZN, 500,000, but just absolutely nothing going on either, just completely to the side. And it was Cisco. Cisco, this is another one. Okay, so basically, just like we were just talking about in CTZ, okay, if it ever wants to come up, this is going, whoops, what's going on here? Anyone else having data problems on TradeStation right now? Just me? Cisco. You need a third internet. All right, here we go. All right, so on average, it trades about $1.06, and today we can see that the volume, 396,000 shares being traded already. They probably had earnings yesterday. Coming back into here, it's going to be another one. It's usually a pretty controlled moving stock. So when we come back over here and we look at the actual prints, it's another one that just really hasn't given us anything that's too great yet, but it's going to trade. We're going to find trades in it. So I'm going to put this one on our list, and we are going to pay attention. I want to start, I'm going to trade a certain stock, but obviously not everyone's going to trade the same stocks that I'm going to trade. Okay, and obviously I'm going to call out easier ones too. Okay, but at the same time, just remember try to stay within your lane. I know he used the term, and I was just glancing at it because I was on the phone for a long time yesterday. But I was glancing on it, and he said, "Don't put the cart before the horse." And it's very important to understand that you're going to develop. Think about the first time you ever looked at time and sales, how crazy it looked, and how it's almost overwhelming to the point where you're going to be like, I have no idea how I'm ever going to be able to understand this. And then as you start understanding it, things just get easier and easier and easier. Well, it works the same way with stock. So you don't want to start trading a level 10 stock when you're a level 1. You just began trading. What's going to happen is they're going to run you in circles. It's going to be, it's going to be frustrating. It's going to get down. It's not something that you want to put yourself through. So just keep that in mind with these type of stocks as we go through our scanners and as we see them moving, that there's certain stocks that are above certain people's levels. There's certain stocks that are below other people's levels. And that's about it, guys. I don't see too much else out there. We'll take a look at the losers real quick, but before it was just, it was another one that just was terrible. MTFB, absolutely nothing going on there. INO, absolutely nothing. We have Fossil, which just is really ugly. SIX, Six Flags, that's interesting. I had no idea that they were publicly traded. Oh, what's going on this morning? Any second now. Seems to be just certain stocks. A sign not to trade them. Just sign them in there. All right, guys. Well, that's pretty much it. Anything else I'll put up there. I have to obviously restart because this is going to be unacceptable for once the market opens. But we pretty much got what we're going to be looking at. Another one that I was taking a look at before was KO, Coca-Cola, obviously, but it's another one. I mean, it trades 77 cents, so it's another one that's going to be pretty slow. So that might be something that you want to look at. And let's see if Goose pops up on my other one. Yeah, no, I'm gonna have to restart. Having issues here. All right, guys. So let's get ready for the morning. We have some decent show of hands out there, some decent looking trades. So looking forward to this morning. I'll talk to everyone in the chat and happy trading.